WJHG TV, Channel 7, Panama City, Florida.
This is 7 News at 10.
Hello, everybody. I'm Amy Hoyt. Well, millions of Americans said goodbye to some old friends tonight. After 11 years, the hit comedy Cheers aired its final show. Melissa Paretsky was at a local bar for Cheers' last call.
Well, I moved my whole schedule around for this.
Making your way in the world today takes everything you got. Taking a break from all your worries.
It was a night to reminisce at Pineapple Willie's on Panama City Beach.
When Lily catches Rebecca in the sack was crazy.
Yeah, that was the best. That was the best one by far.
A lot of Cheers fans have a favorite character whose personality they can relate to.
This week I'm not going to think about sex at all, or even hear about or talk about anything remotely sexual.
Oh yeah, Sam's always having a good time. He's always out looking for women. And I'm doing the same thing.
He's always going and pulling stunts and stuff.
Some people spend their whole lives in a bar. Just yesterday, some guy sat right here next to me for 11 hours.
I like Norm because he tells it like it is, even when he's not sure.
He's the bar fly. He's the one.
Can you relate to Norm?
A little bit, yeah. I like my beer.
Oh, you must be the slut.
She's like modern-day woman. She doesn't take any credit from anybody.
Well, I was wondering if maybe you could write it for me. He has personal traits that I can relate to. Woody's my favorite guy.
Woody he's himself.
Perhaps one of the biggest reasons why Cheers has been so successful is because it's a neighborhood bar where everybody knows your name. Hi, everybody.
And of course, the Tonight Show with Jay Leno following our newscast will be live from the Real Cheers bar in Boston, and he'll be talking with the celebrities of the Cheers program. In other news tonight, the city of Tallahassee has come up with a plan to help the homeless get back on their feet. As Joan Murray reports, the program gives a homeless person self-respect, self-discipline, and most of all, a chance for a better future.
Their images stream past us on street corners in American cities, large and small. Like the poor, the homeless are always with us. Bob Tyler once managed a restaurant in California. He found himself caught in a downward spiral.
Mainly it was drug problems. I got myself out of it once and fell right back into it.
But now he's getting his life back on track. Through a city grant program, Tyler and a handful of other homeless men are paid for sweeping sidewalks, picking up trash, and clearing lots. The brainchild of Tallahassee's former mayor, who says she wanted to humanize the homeless.
I wanted to have an opportunity for the community to see that there is an opportunity to work and earn and be productive, and that these are people like us, and they need an opportunity, they need a chance.
It's all Frank Kanzler wants, homeless nearly a year.
I want to be independent. I want a job. I work if it's doing what I'm doing now.
The workers must live at the city shelter, show up sober and drug-free every day, and save at least $50 a week.
It's all about self-discipline. The money saved will be used as a start on rent for a permanent place to live. And the work is a job reference.
We're dealing with a high-risk population, but if we can keep 5 steady ones on it that are motivated and dedicated to the program, I think it'd be a success.
Bob Tyler believes he's on his way.
I'm hoping it won't happen again if I remember where I was.
In Tallahassee, Joan Murray reporting.
Army officials have identified the victim of a helicopter crash at Fort Rucker, Alabama. 36-year-old Warrant Officer Pedro Socorro of New Jersey was killed in yesterday's Southeast Alabama crash. 25-year-old Lieutenant Jeffrey Marticelli of Washington is in good condition. He was also in that crash. The AH-64 Apache helicopter crashed during a training session. It is the third fatality with an Apache at Fort Rucker since 1987. Well, fire investigators in Jackson County are calling a fire last night in Cypress arson. The late-night blaze destroyed a new home on McLeod Street, which was not yet occupied and was not wired for electricity. Volunteer firefighters from Grand Ridge and Jackson County Fire and Rescue responded to the blaze, but within minutes the home was leveled. The State Fire Marshal's office is calling the cause of the blaze suspicious and asking anyone with information to please contact the Jackson County Fire and Rescue Department. Well, it's Older Americans Day in Blountstown, and Democrat Bill Nelson of South Florida was on hand for today's festivities. Nelson tried to run for governor in 1990, but was beat by fellow Democrat Lawton Chiles after Chiles entered the race. Nelson said today some people still want him to run for governor in 1994, but he's still undecided on the matter.
We've just got to see how it materializes, whether or not Lawton can get his act together. And if he does, then I'm sure we'll all come behind him. But he's had a few problems, so we'll see if he can mend some fences. And if not, then we're just going to take a look at it.
Well, no one in Florida will ever forget the devastation created by Hurricane Andrew last August. Today in Melbourne, officials from all over the state gathered to evaluate hurricane readiness. Elaine Hines attended the conference this morning.
The devastating and destructive path Hurricane Andrew cut through South Florida is still teaching Floridians lessons. That's according to the director of the National Hurricane Center in Coral Gables. Dr. Bob Sheets says even with the lessons Andrew is teaching, no one can ever get ready to weather a storm as fierce as that.
Andrew, and I don't think anybody is prepared for an Andrew, and I doubt that anybody ever will be prepared for an Andrew. All we can do is to prepare to the best level we can to minimize the losses in terms of not only property and lives, but also being able to respond to the hurricane.
To show Floridians the most critical weapon for dealing with the storm once it's about to hit, tours were given of the P-3 Orion turboprop. Its highly trained crew actually flies through a hurricane over and over, measuring its severity and the exact direction it's taking.
Unfortunately, no hurricanes in our forecast at this time of year.
No, not yet, but we'll be watching it all during the summer. We have the best technology possible for it. And no hurricanes, but we do have some great weather coming up, but also some rain in the forecast. We'll tell you all about that next.
$2.99 a month buys a new Bonneville?
$1.99 a month buys a new Grand Am?
3.9% financing makes the Pontiac 3-year Smart Drive a smart move for you.
No deductible warranty?
Free 24-hour roadside assistance?
You not only get low financing, you get worry-free driving.
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
With 3.9% financing or up to $1,000 cash back, our Pontiacs are selling fast, so hurry. See Lloyd Pontiac, Panama City, or Hopkins Pontiac, Mariana.
I started shopping here the day it opened because the prices are lower than a lot of places, and they're lower all the time. The best bargain was my front yard. I've got trees and things like that, and they're beautiful. They're growing real big. I mean, I always go around telling everybody how much I spent on my shrubs. My whole front yard is Walmart plants. And I thought I would always go to a nursery, but it's a good store. They serve the people. I like to come here.
The Bay 96 FM difference is easy to hear. No rap and no hard rock. From Phil to Fleetwood Mac. From Esteban to the Eagles. Panama City's best mix of music from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. WRVA, Bay 96 FM.
Hi, folks. I guess you feel a little bit of a coolness in the air tonight. That's because we have the polar jet coming way far south. Outside right now of our studios, it is clear, 66, winds out of the north. Humidity is still pretty low for this time of night, and the barometer is rising. Water temperature, boy, it has fallen again down to 69. High today, 84 with a low of 62 at the Bay County Water Plant. Here's a quick look at the area tides. Your high tides tomorrow morning And your low tides this evening, and some of them already passed, and your tidal ranges in most cases well over 1 foot, and those river readings still way down. We're not going to show you the radar. We're a little rushed on time, so we'll just go right to the satellite picture. And radar is not really showing anything. Either is the satellite picture. Everything's moving out to sea, and this new storm developing out across the Rockies won't bother us until Monday night or Tuesday. Look at this polar jet, will you? Very unusual at this time of the year to have such a southward push of the jet, bringing record cold temperatures down into the Tennessee Valley. A little bit of that reaching down into our viewing area, but at this time of the year, it really doesn't bring cold weather. It just can't do it. But it's going to be nice and refreshingly cool, at least through tomorrow into Saturday. And then by Saturday, everything begins to retreat back to the north, taking the cold air with it, and eventually allow this piece of energy here to move into our neck of the woods, perhaps by Monday night or Tuesday, along with warmer weather and a good chance of scattered showers and some storms, which we need. A look at the latest weather map, 9 p.m. Still high pressure in the western Gulf. We're getting that light northerly flow. Here's a new storm developing out across the west. And look at the current temperatures. It is cool even down into Tennessee now. Temperatures into the 50s. In fact, as far south as northern Georgia, we're going to see most of the viewing area down into the low to mid 50s, some upper 40s in some of the lower lying areas away from the beaches by early tomorrow morning. And that means the forecast tonight looking great. A few clouds way up north, but for the most part, it will be generally clear. Lows 50 around Tallahassee, some upper 40s, and to the mid-50s along the coast. And the sea breeze turning into a land breeze, which is doing now about 6 to 10 miles per hour tonight, and the sea's pretty light. Now, tomorrow at noontime, it is looking great again, just like today. We're going to see northerly winds becoming a sea breeze during the afternoon. Otherwise, we're going to see very pleasant afternoon temperatures. Another big 12th low pressure here, but all of the action staying well to our north. So the forecast for tomorrow is looking great again, just like today. Mostly sunny, a few clouds up in our northern parts of our viewing area. High temperatures all over about 80 degrees, with a wind out of the north to begin with, becoming southwesterly or an onshore breeze during the afternoon hours, and the sea's only about 2 to 3 feet, about 15 miles offshore. And the Saturday forecast, again, another pretty nice day, but notice this frontal system out here steadily moving towards us, but it won't affect us till Monday night. Hopefully it will, because we do need the rain. Otherwise, it's going to be high pressure over the weekend. Again, winds kind of light and variable onshore during the afternoon hours, and with those southwesterly winds, temperatures begin to warm up just a tad during the day Saturday. Highs again in the low 80s, maybe a little cooler right at the beach during the afternoon hours. Morning lows, again, ranging from 50 to about 57 degrees, and the sea's only about 1 to 3 feet offshore. So with that in mind, the extended forecast looking pretty darn nice for Sunday, again with highs in the 80s and beginning to warm up Monday and Tuesday. And as that new front begins to approach us, maybe a chance of showers as early as late Monday or Monday night, and a very good chance during the day on Tuesday, along with warmer and more humid conditions. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed for the rain.
All right, Bill, thanks. When we return, part 2 in our Consumer File series on the new Florida Motor Vehicle Repair Act.
In our industry, there's been a lack of any kind of industry standards, and this is kind of a first step to at least establish some minimum standards for requirements to be in the automotive repair business.
What excuse have you used to put off buying a new car? The elections to be over? Interest rates to drop? How about tax time? Well, timing is everything, and here it is. The sale you've been waiting for, with prices and interest rates at all-time lows. Bay Lincoln Mercury has a new 93 town car starting at $27,988. A 93 Grand Marquis LS starting at $20,995. And the Cougar XR7 for $14,995. I can't think of any excuse for not taking advantage of these low prices.
Can electricity hurt me? How about my brother? What if a line's on the ground? Does that mean I've been grounded? Just how close should I get to a power line? Is 10 feet too close? Should I fly a kite? What's a watt? Does it shock you? My dad is digging our yard. What if there's lightning? Am I safe in my sneakers? How about my brother? Should we unplug our TV? Is it safe to climb a tree? Do they teach this in school? Will they come to my class? Will we get out early? Who can we call? Who could teach me what I need to know?
One Friday night after work, one of our Coors drivers ran into these Bud sales guys. And after getting his chops busted for a little while over this claim that Bud drinkers prefer an extra gold, he said, guys, here's the time and the place, you tell me. The first salesman picked extra gold. The second one, I can't stop. The third one, right for the extra gold. And of course, their supervisor wanted nothing to do with this anyway.
You don't have to be a Bud driver to know what's better. Coors Extra Gold. Get back to real beer.
We thought really that was the proof of the pudding.
The new Florida Automobile Repair Act is getting a positive response from repair shop owners and auto associations. In part 2 of our Consumer File series, Melissa Paretsky reports on the new Florida Motor Vehicle Repair Act.
The Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services says the most common rip-offs in the auto repair industry are from repairs that are unauthorized, unnecessary, overcharged, of poor quality, and for repairs that weren't even made. The Florida Automobile Repair Act will protect the consumer from these 5 things and will also help the industry define their role.
In our industry, there's been a lack of any kind of industry standards, and this is kind of a first step to at least establish some minimum standards for requirements to be in the automotive repair business.
Charlie Elder is a small repair shop owner who was instrumental in getting the bill passed. He says he's optimistic the law will make things better for everyone.
This law will help the consumer get their cars repaired. If they have a problem, get that rectified much quicker than it has been in the past.
Enforcing the law is a major part of the bill and what large organizations are supporting because it will help the industry's reputation.
If this thing is enforced, then everybody is going to get what they pay for, which is as it should be, and it's going to help the whole image of the repair industry.
Tomorrow in part 3, tips on what to look for in a reputable shop. In Bay County, Melissa Paretsky, 7 News.
And just a reminder, Saturday morning from 9 to 11 at Haney Vocational Center, WJHG will be sponsoring an educational workshop for auto repair shop owners on that new bill. Then later in the afternoon on Saturday from 1 to 3 at the Panama City Mall, consumers will be able to stop and ask questions about auto repair fraud. If you have any personal auto repair troubles to report, please remember to bring documentation on that problem with you. And Scott rejoining us now with sports in the NBA playoffs.
Right. Even the most hardcore sports fans probably not watching basketball tonight, so we're here to fill you in. When we come back, we'll talk about the Suns and Spurs playing an absolutely great ball game. Could the Spurs put San Antonio away tonight?
You've waited a long time and you've been working hard, so break away in an exciting new Chevy pickup from your Gulf Coast Chevy dealers. Choose the Gulf Coast #1 selling truck and save up to $1,500 during our spring sales event. Or save nearly $3,500 on the affordable S10. We've got Chevy's best-selling trucks with the best deals during our all-out breakaway spring sales event. So go ahead, reward yourself. Just
go for it at your Gulf Coast Chevy dealers.
A mighty beast stalks this land. His name means roar on the wind. To challenge him is the test of a warrior. Leaping 14 stories down. Plunging 60 miles an hour. Twisting, turning. He hurls you to your left with just the pounding of your heart. Take your courage further than it's ever been before. Ride Kumba at Busch Gardens, Tampa Bay.
What do MTV, New Line Cinemas, Mrs. Alabama, Miss Teen Florida, and Teen Magazine's Great Model Search have in common? Makeovers. Award-winning stylist John Charles and the progressive styling team of Makeovers are continuously chosen by more national talent agencies than any salon in Northwest Florida. Why don't you come see why? Makeovers, 23rd Street across from Sam's.
$2.99 a month buys a new Bonneville?
$1.99 a month buys a new Grand Am?
3.9% financing makes the Pontiac 3-year Smart Drive a smart move for you.
No deductible warranty?
Free 24-hour roadside assistance?
You not only get low financing, you get worry-free driving.
I'm sold.
I'm sold.
With 3.9% financing or up to $1,000 cash back, our Pontiacs are selling fast, so hurry. See Lloyd Pontiac Panama City or Hopkins Pontiac Mariana.
Welcome back. Let's begin with the NBA playoffs and the Suns-Spurs series. Phoenix leading 3-2 going in and looking for the knockout blow on San Antonio's home turf, or the hardwood as the case may be. This one a tough fight throughout the first period here. It's the Admiral jamming home 2 for the Spurs. They led by 4, end of 1. Suns staying close, though, in the second quarter. Big night for Barkley, dropping down 2 of his 28 points. He also had 21 boards. Spurs up by 2 at the break. In the third, San Antonio trying to pull away. Sean Elliott beats the clock, gets the shot to fall. San Antonio up by 7 into the fourth, but the Suns stay close. It's tied with time running out, and Charles takes the shot, gets it to fall, giving the Suns a 102-100 lead. Spurs one last chance. David Robinson gets blocked by Oliver Miller. Spurs win by 2, take the series 4 games to 2. They will await the winner of the Sonics-Rockets series, which, by the way, is now into Game 6. Right now, it's tied at 54-54, Houston and Seattle. If the Rockets win, they'll force a Game 7 in Seattle on Saturday, a Sonics victory, and they will meet Phoenix in the conference finals. In other NBA news, Mr. Nomad is at it again. Larry Brown has suddenly resigned as head coach of the LA Clippers. Team GM Elgin Baylor making the announcement tonight. He says Brown, who's much traveled to say the least, wants to explore other opportunities. That despite the fact he has 2 years left on his contract, it's called loyalty, Larry. Here's a quarter buy some. Anyway, Brown's been mentioned as a possible candidate for the vacant Pacers job. Previously, he's resigned from New Jersey and Denver in the NBA and Kansas of the NCAA. Well, there's no doubt about it. The San Francisco Giants are the hottest team in baseball, and it looks like they and the Braves, maybe 1 or 2 others, are going to make the NL West a great pennant race this season. Today, San Fran hosting the Redlegs, looking for the sweep. Kurt Manwaring drove in 2 runs. This RBI double in the fourth, keying a 3-run rally that broke a 1-all tie. Giants up 5-1 in the 6th. Darren Lewis triples into the gap in right center, driving in the Giants' final run. They go on to a 6-1 win for their 6th straight victory. Let's check out the scoreboard in the National League. Montreal now losing tonight in Philadelphia. The Phils now lead the NL East by 6.5 over the Expos. The Cards bombing the Cubs. The Padres beat Colorado in 11. The American League numbers look this way, and not everybody cheering tonight in Boston as the Sox lose 4-3. The M's lead the Rangers. Royals 1-0 over Oakland in the 8th. The Indians over the O's. The Tigers win again. They're 25-14. They lead the AL East by 2.5 over Idle, New York. Well, a week from Friday night, area high school football fans will get a preview of the '93 season when the annual Spring Jamboree is played at Tommy Oliver Stadium. Till then, another week of practice for Bay, Rutherford, and the Mosley Dolphins, who've had some injuries in the spring, but there's plenty of depth on this year's Dolphin squad.
I think we've had a lot of interest in spring. We've got a lot of kids out, and they work real hard. It's been pretty hot. I'm real excited with this particular group. We play probably the toughest schedule I've ever, scheduled since I've been here. But last year we went in, we had only 1 back on defense. We had so much work to do that. We got 5 or 6 back on defense, 4 or 5 back on offense. So that's going to make it a little easier.
Again, the Jamboree next Friday night, and quickly up to the puppies, the 5th race superfecta, 5-6-2-8, paying $137.40. That's sports.
Thanks, Scott. Still to come, fertility, drugs, and cancer in our medical report.
The price of new cars presents a barrier for most people, but Lloyd Nissan breaks the price barrier. Save big before our move, because we're seriously overstocked. Every new Nissan is tagged with huge cash-back savings. 93 Sentra, automatic and air, $1,500 cash back. 93 Maxima, loaded with all this and more, $4,000 cash back. New 300ZX, tame the road, $5,000 cash back. You don't have to break the bank to buy a new car. Break the price barrier today, only at Lloyd Nissan, on the move.
Most stores give you a choice of 1, maybe 2. At our store, you get 8. A choice of 8 of the best-selling Marcarelli leather sofas.
Right now at Rhodes Furniture, choose from 8 styles of glove-soft Italian leather sofas, priced at just $5.99, in stock and ready for delivery. You can always get great values on leather sofas at Rhodes, because Irwin says so.
Somebody's got to say so. It might as well be me.
Get out of town. That's right, get out of town. Holiday on Wheels will make it easy to get away Memorial Day weekend. Our manufacturers have authorized us to sell every new unit at below current market value. Save up to $10,000 on new motorhomes, or get away in a new Coleman for only $39.95, or as little as $89 a month. And we'll absolutely guarantee delivery of your new RV in time to get away Memorial Day weekend. But hurry, it ends the 24th at Holiday on Wheels in Panama City. So what are you waiting for? Get out of town.
Ovarian cancer claims 7,000 American lives a year. The women at risk are those who have a family history of cancer and those who have never given birth. But as Dr. Kim Crawford shows us, the use of fertility drugs may also increase your risk of cancer.
Okay, Judy, we can tell by the size of the follicles whether you're on enough Pergonal.
For the past year, Judy Schuster has routinely seen her gynecologist, Dr. Jeffrey Litt, for injections of the fertility drug Pergonal.
The way fertility drugs work is to stimulate the ovaries into growing follicles, growing eggs.
That ovarian stimulation has fueled a controversy over the safety of all fertility drugs.
There are approximately 5 articles in the literature that hint to an association between these fertility drugs and ovarian cancer.
And now, another medical study suggesting the same.
As long as it's a what if, having another child is more important to me than worrying about what ifs. It's just been discussion, and nothing is a proven fact that it causes any kind of cancer.
According to the Infertility Society and the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology, Judy is right.
Ovarian cancer is a multifactorial type of problem, meaning there's more than one cause, and probably the most common cause is a family history.
Dr. Litt explains none of the studies were valid because they did not evaluate the role of other more important risk factors like family history or past pregnancies. So the conclusion? No definite risk, but more studies are needed.
Although the American College of Obstetrics and Gynecology say there's no proven association between ovarian cancer and fertility drugs, they do recommend more frequent checkups.
Dr. Kim Crawford for NBC News.
Still to come, a weather recap with Bill Schubert.
$49.50. This could take all day. The giant Lee Chrysler Plymouth Dodge has over 75 Dakotas, and they're all priced to move now. Get a load of this Dakota, a real beauty, at only $99.90. And hey, this Dakota Club Cab is just my style, and it's only $12.990. Lee is your one-price dealer. One price, the lowest price. How much can you save during the big Dakota sale at Lee? $700, $800, $900. This could take forever. Lee Chrysler Plymouth Dodge in Fort Walton Beach, just a few minutes from everywhere.
This incredible vacation cost Myrna and I just $1.
How'd you do that?
Well, she sent me to the store for some wheat germ jerky, and with the change... Try your luck. I get a Florida lottery scratch-off ticket. I won! And here we are. We even had change from our vacation.
Turn your small change into real big fun. Play a Florida lottery scratch-off game.
Myrna, maybe next time we'll fly.
It's time to take a vacation with Alvin's Island Tropical Department Stores and Catalina. Alvin's Island for beachwear, exotic souvenirs, gifts, and of course, Catalina swimwear. 17 tropical locations throughout the Gulf Coast where shopping is non-stop fun.
Alvin's Island Tropical Department Store. Every now and then you get a taste for something hot. But if this isn't exactly what you have in mind, then check out the hot new two-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokee with a standard driver's side airbag, four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a 190 horsepower six-cylinder engine. But if you're afraid of getting burned, say you get it for a price like this. Pretty cool, huh? Test drive the all-new two-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokee at your dealer now.
You're watching 7 News at 10 on WJHG TV, Panama City, Florida.
And the seagulls we just saw in that video, Bill, we're going to see more of them tomorrow, huh?
The people down the beach, well, no doubt about it, dry weather for the next few days, maybe some needed rain by late Monday. Satellite picture showing absolutely nothing. Some clouds in the western Gulf. These clouds here have died out as they sink southeast into the dry high pressure. And we look at tonight's forecast. What a great night. It's going to be clear. The winds will be light. Temperatures down into the 50s. Some upper 40s over the inland section, so you don't have to worry about the air conditioning tonight. We'll see a land breeze offshore tonight. Seas will be pretty good, 2 to 3 feet offshore. And tomorrow now, we're going to see another day filled with sunny skies, a few fair weather cumulus clouds, especially way up north in southern Alabama and Georgia. Highs around 80 degrees. And we'll probably see the northerly winds become a sea breeze along the coast during the afternoon hours at about 10 or 12 to 15 miles per hour. Seas only about 1 foot along the beach or so and about 2 to 3 offshore. We're not going to see any strong winds. At least it doesn't look like that now. And the forecast for Saturday, again, mostly the partly sunny skies. Highs around 80 or higher, maybe a little bit cooler during the afternoon at the beach as the winds become southwesterly. And again, we're going to see seas nice and light for fishing or just getting out and do some boating or sailing. Looking pretty good. Amy?
Okay, Bill, sounds good. Thanks. In other news, a key Democratic senator is predicting President Clinton's energy tax will not pass. At the same time, other senators, including Republicans, joined the battle for more spending cuts and less taxes. And as if all that weren't enough, President Clinton's press secretary had to explain today why the president held up Air Force One to get a $200 haircut. Sandy Gilmore explains.
The president began his day signing the motor voter registration bill, hoping it signified an end to gridlock. But on Capitol Hill, key senators declared the centerpiece of Clinton's deficit reduction plan, the energy or BTU tax, dead. Democrat David Boren of oil-rich Oklahoma holds the critical vote on the Finance Committee.
I'm saying that I will vote for a deficit reduction plan that does not include the BTU tax.
Boren, with bipartisan support, is challenging Clinton with $40 billion more in deficit reduction, much of it with big cuts from Medicare and Social Security benefits. Clinton was not amused.
And to move $40 billion off of upper-income people to people barely above the poverty line, it seems to me, is not a good way to go.
The rebellion on Capitol Hill is only adding to the growing perception of Clinton as a tax-and-spend Democrat in need of restraint. Now, his projected image as a down-home Democrat has run up against the $200 haircut. The president delayed his Tuesday departure from Los Angeles, keeping everybody waiting for 45 minutes so he could get a haircut aboard Air Force One as it was parked. A stylist named Christoph reportedly charged $200 for the clip. Clinton showed off the new do Wednesday morning on Capitol Hill. It took up most of the daily briefing.
I mean, doesn't that smack of high-handedness?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, the president has to get his haircut. Everybody has to get their haircut.
Yes, but everybody doesn't have Air Force One, or as it's called now, Air Force One. The White House insists Clinton is still a man of the people whose economic program will succeed in Congress. Sandy Gilmore, NBC News, Washington.
The entire staff of the White House Travel Office are now unemployed. They were fired yesterday by the Clinton administration, which cited shoddy accounting procedures as the basis for the dismissal. The head of the White House Travel Office, who was also let go, calls the firings unfair, but the FBI will continue investigating the alleged wrongdoing. Well, archaeologists in Egypt have made a discovery over 3,000 years old and called the most unusual in half a century. The Egyptian Antiquity Organization found a tomb in the Giza Desert that belonged to Minnat, the chief of military chariots during the rule of Ramses II. The tomb was found by accident during excavations near the pyramids. The tomb had been well hidden to keep tomb robbers out and protected from weather conditions. Efforts are already underway to restore the discovery, which is expected to take up to 5 years. And finally tonight, there were 86 winning tickets sold statewide for last night's Florida Lottery Fantasy 5. A number of the winners were sold in this area, including Panama City, Bonifay, Crawfordville, Navarre, and 3 over in Pensacola. Each of the 86 winning tickets is worth over $12,000 apiece. And I guess now that they've changed the game, more people can win, so we better start playing.
I still want to get 2 numbers.
That's our news. Thanks for watching. Good night.
Live
from the Bull and Finch, the Cheers Bar in Boston, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, featuring